Hey everybody, it's been quite a week, so I didn't get much videoing made this week, but well, it's kind of started out with the dryer went out, and it had been out for a while, and I was waiting for parts through the ice storm and through the snowstorm, and they finally arrived Monday. I got the dryer back together, started up, sounded terrible. Had to take it back apart, put a different belt on because the one they sent me was a little bit too short. Got that back together, working good. And then the water heater for the milk barn quit. And so I spent a day vacuuming it out and changing the thermostats. And I thought, well, I'll just change everything and it'll be completely rebuilt and good to go. It's never good when you pull out your hot water heater element and it looks like that. Number 3. I think I'm just going to start paving the driveway. It'd work for a day and it'd quit. And I'd mess with something and get it going again, and it'd work for another day and quit. And I think I got a bad thermostat, and it just took me a while to figure out what was happening. And it seems to be working the last couple of days. And then Monday, I was running out of places to stack manure through the storm. It had just stayed frozen. When it finally thawed out, I had mountains of manure to get rid of, and so I jumped the gun a little bit on getting it spread and blew up the chain on my manure spreader. Note to self, if you're going to use your manure spreader, don't load it up before you check to see if it's iced down. So, got a little problem today. What I've always wanted to do on a nice Monday. So then after that, the hot water heater in the house is out. And we had just a busy week. Had all kinds of problems, and that's just the way it goes sometimes when you're farming. You go a few days without any trouble, and then all of a sudden everything shows up at once. I'm fixing to go in here and check this cow. She's fixing a calf. Or maybe not. No, she's not. She's just in here taking a vacation, I guess. Also, this week I've been dealing with the insurance company. These buildings and stuff, I got a few of them insured. I couldn't afford to insure them all, but they went up considerably, which I guess that's happening to everybody. So I went out shopping for insurance. I finally found some coverage that seems to be better and cheaper, and it's a well-known company, so we're gonna try them out. But it's been so busy, I didn't even get down there and get them paid this week. So that's something I got to do Monday morning, is go pay for the policy. But I suppose maybe I could turn this in on it. Yeah, you had to go out with the tractor and take the hay forks off, put the scoop on, and just go shake it out in the field. That was the only thing to do to get rid of it, so that I had a place to scrape it up and stack it again. So that's what we ended up doing on that. I think we've got everything prepared for another cold snap. It's supposed to get windy and cold, wind chills, and so we doubled up on hay today. We put out as much as we could. All we got room to put out, and we made some more hay beds. Just trying to get everything ready. We spent some time stacking and chopping some more wood because we're going to need that. that was one of the things that the insurance company that they were kind of hassling about, was that we burn wood, and they want to know exactly how far your stove is, and if it's homemade or if it's manufactured, and if it's been tested, and if it's your only source of heat. And so spent the whole week just in some sort of struggle or another, it seemed like. So I didn't get anything done video wise, but we got a lot of other things done. I had intentions of making a calf video, and I still may do that at some point, because we've had several people come and buy calves, and it's their first time, and they have a lot of questions. So I thought, well, someday I'm going to make a video that I could just point them to, but I didn't get that done either. But the week has ended well, thanks to Duncan Smith and the Sticks sharing my number with a friend of his, who shared that number with some Amish. I sold all my calves today. I think they should be happy, and I'm happy with what I got home with, and they paid me to deliver them. So we got one less chore that ought to lighten the load, especially through the cold here. It's just always a struggle to keep everything healthy, and you got to worry about pneumonia and things like that more when it's this cold and wet. I should probably check my flue to see if it's plugged up before this wind hits and this cold hits, and the stove won't draw or some other disaster happens. So maybe when the weather shapes up a little bit, I'll be able to do a little bit more on YouTube, but for now I'm just focusing on keeping everything thawed out and keeping the cows happy and bedded, and keeping the water running everywhere. So if you don't hear from me for a few days, you know that probably something else has gone wrong. Like Duncan Smith says, I'm not bitter. At least we got the calves sold, and the chickens are all of a sudden decided to just lay tons of eggs. So now we got an abundance of eggs. We got an abundance of milk. So we should be good for this next cold snap, but still not looking forward to it.